Sarah?
David, to win here is incredible. To win here like that, I would have thought was quite amazing.
Yeah, it was. It's been difficult to win here over the years, wherever I've been, but over the recent seasons I've felt as if we'd come close when I was here at West Ham and a couple of things didn't go and we didn't quite get results. But if you said to me tonight, when I had got here and we go down to 10 men, I was going to get a result with 10 men here, 0-0 at the time, I'd have said that would have been really tough. So it was a brilliant performance by the players. Resilience, toughness, commitment, all the words you want to hear as a manager, and a great goal as well.
And I've seen quotes to TV. Well, as a manager, stood on the touchline watching one of your own players get sent off for hitting a teammate. What does that feel like?
Well, when I saw it, I didn't think there was anything in it. I didn't think I was a bit annoyed that they were challenging each other at the time. But I was also quite pleased. I was quite pleased they were fighting each other, because it showed me that they cared, and it showed me that there's a bit of that, and that's what's in Everton. We're trying to demand higher standards from everybody. So I can't quite work it out if it was Keano's bad ball or if it was Garner's bad ball to Keano, whatever they were annoyed with each other with. But if we hadn't got that fight and that resilience like what they showed, we'd have never get through the rest of the game. Because we came up against an improving Manchester United. Most of the people in here were here to see Manchester United. But Everton stood up to what they had to do tonight.
David, sorry, quite quickly to get down to the tunnel at half time. Just what exactly was said, because obviously got the lead, brilliantly explained in the first half, but you obviously had a situation you had to resolve as well.
Not one word was said. Never for a minute did we think about it. It wasn't an interest that was done. I was more interested what I thought Manchester United were going to do at half time, because I was concerned, tactically what they're going to do, how are we going to cope with it, what were choices, how could we alter. And we played Sunderland away from home. We were 1-0 up and we came out in the second half and we lost a goal after about a minute. So I was determined that we didn't go out with that sort of attitude. Second half was much harder. They put more people in the front line, made it much more difficult. But I thought as they made it more difficult, we defended just as well and stuck to our task.
Has Idrissa said anything? I think you said something that he might have apologised with you.
Yes, he's apologised to the dressing room. At the end of the game, asked everybody and spoke to us all. So no problem, we move on from it. Disappointed it happened, but in some ways, people who've been players, I'll understand what it means when you're on the pitch. You're fighting to win, and the both of them were.
There must be an enormous sense of pride for the team to have overcome that and then deliver everything in the second half.
Absolutely. And I think if anything, the players stood up and showed exactly what they're capable. A lot of what we saw tonight is a bit like Everton, but I have to say it'd be wrong not to put Everton in the way we played at the start of the game and how we started and how we played, because we were probably the better side for the majority of the first half, even with 10 men at times.
Taddy?
Dave, I think there's the stuff that Thierno Barry won the most headers of any striker in only the game this season. What do you make of this performance? I feel like he's growing into the number 9 role.
Yeah, I do. He's beginning. I thought he led the line well in some ways today. His numbers running are always big, and we need it even more so today to help us. So yeah, I'm pleased. I still want goals from him. Obviously, that's the thing that you get judged on as a centre forward. But I think his performance tonight for the team was worthy of what he done. He worked really, really hard for us.
Mitch?
Just in terms of Michael Keane, I guess with his involvement in the incident with Idrissa, it would have been quite easy for him to be distracted by it. It didn't feel like that at all, almost the other way perhaps.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him, and how do you think he did?
No, I didn't. I didn't speak to him. I said I didn't not talk to him about it at all, because I've quickly moved on. As far as I'm concerned, the couple of players. I think if you'd asked them in the crowd, and I think you boys as well, I think you're all surprised it would be a red card. I think if the referee had maybe taken 10 seconds and gone and split them, maybe said to them, hey, by the way, you're lucky, I'm giving you both a yellow, I think you might. I don't think MD in the stadium would have expected. I don't think MD in the stadium would expected a red, but letter of the law might suggest that's the case, and we have to accept that. But let's be fair, we're all football fans and we watch football. I don't think there'd have been many expecting a red card in that incident. So it's not. We're not going to talk much about it because we've had a great victory. We might have been talking more about it if I didn't, and I accept that.
Yep.
David, so much has been talked this season about Iliman Ndiaye and Jack Grealish and some of their creativity, but the way they defended that second half, especially Jack,
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it because the two of them done an amazing job physically. You know, Jack said he ran a bit tonight. You know that. So we had to get. You know, Jack was really good. The work we needed to get back, and there was a couple of times in the second half saying, "My goodness, are you going to make it all the way?" Ellie as well. Ellie done a brilliant job for us. And they've been great attacking players for us. And actually in the early part of the game, both of them were a threat as well. Just the longer it went, we get pushed back so far.
Just take one more.
It's asked about Garner to come back, please up Man Utd and just to run the games. He did happily with his performance in the good part.
James Garner's playing really well. And I know Thomas Tuchel was here tonight, and I don't know, I'm sure he's got lots of things. I mean, he'd have certainly made everybody realise that England's number one was playing for Everton, that's for sure, because of how well he played, his saves he made. But also the likes of Kiernan Dewsbury Hall and Jimmy Garner are English, maybe not quite ready yet, or maybe, but I'm sure that Thomas brought up Alex Scott from Bournemouth, so that should encourage the likes of Jimmy Garner and Kiernan Dewsbury Hall that who knows what might happen as the season goes on. But Jimmy played really well, yeah.
Okay, folks. Cheers.